Namaste. Welcome to your practice. Thank you for joining me. I'm in one of my favorite tiny little studios here in Liguria in Italy. And we'll do a practice that is more focused on the upper body, the strength in the upper body. So come to child's pose to start with. And as you reach your buttocks back towards the heels, lift the palms of the hands off the mat, so you have like spider hands where your fingers are on the mat and spread, but you lift your elbows off, you lift your palms off, so you start to feel your shoulders and your side body a bit more. And then take your time and reach yourself to downward facing dog. And again, just connecting for a moment. As you press your palms down and forward, draw your arm bones into their sockets. And then please step your feet a little bit closer so you're not as wide. And thread your right hand underneath you and grab the outside of your left ankle and twist underneath your left arm. Take a breath, ground down, feel the upper body, feel the spine. And then come to switch that. So you thread your left arm under and grab your right ankle from the outside. Hugging the belly back towards the spine and twisting up towards the ceiling best as you can. Again, feeling the upper body here. As you place your palms back down, walk yourself back so you're more in your downward facing dog alignment. And then take the knees down, keep your hips on top of your knees and walk your hands forward, letting your forehead or your chin be down on the mat in Anahata Asana. And again, that little connection, palms down and spider fingers, again, fingers down but palms and elbows lift up. So again, there's a more feeling in the shoulders and the side body. And then shuffle yourself forward, so you take your elbows down and you bring your hips down and your belly down, coming to Sphinx pose, your elbows right under your shoulders. Make it active, draw your chest forward and ground the feet down, all 10 toes and toenails, press them down into the floor, so actively feeling into the spine. You can stay here if you want to, or for your upper body practice, come to forearm plank, lifting your hips up, having your shoulders, hips, heels more or less in one line, activating the legs, and again push the forearms down, widen the space between the shoulders, your heart, your chest reaching forward while the heels reach backwards. And then as you lower your knees, take yourself for a moment to child's pose again. Interlock your hands behind your back and then reach the hands away from the back. So stretching the shoulders. As you release the arms, bring them forward towards the top of the mat. Downward facing dog. Palms down. Shoulder blades away from each other. Loosen your neck. Start to really establish a rhythm and pace for your breath, and then bring your left leg to the top of the mat. Keep the back knee lifted. Bring your right hand under your shoulder, fingers wide, coming into a twist by lifting the left hand up towards the ceiling, stacking the shoulders. Keep reaching back through the back heel, forward through the ground of the head. Feel your spine long. Feel the strength of the bottom hand as it pushes down. And then as you inhale, reach your left hand forward. As you exhale, release it and draw it towards the back heel. So look at that movement. Inhale forward, exhale, hand reaches back and the chest opens. Your hips lift slightly as you inhale. You reach forward. As you exhale, draw the hand back towards the back heel. Moving one more time. And then you come and place your left hand inside your left leg and you walk yourself halfway towards your right leg. Let your hands be underneath your shoulders, and then come and place your right hand under your shoulder, your left hand onto your lower back, coming into a twist from here. Same thing, stacking the shoulders. Now as you inhale, draw your left hand forward, palm down. As you exhale, twist back up towards the ceiling. Repeat, inhale, forward, reach forward, your arm hovering above your ear. Exhale, twist fingertips up. Inhale, palm down and forward. Exhale, there's a deeper twist available as you reach the hand up. Stay here for a few breaths. And then bring the left hand down. Come onto fingertips, lengthen the spine, and then come to Baddha Konasana, forward fold, walking the fingers back if you want to. Interlocking the fingers behind your back, reaching the hands away from the back down towards the ground. Activating legs. Unlocking the knees. There's a buoyancy in your joints here. As you lower your hands, walk them first under your shoulders and then back around your left leg. Let your palms come under your shoulders. Walk your feet, both legs back so you're in a plank pose. Activating the belly, activating the thighs, and then dropping knees. And one more time, walk your hands forward to Anahatana first, so forehead or chin down as your palms reach forward, your hips stay on top of your knees. And then shifting to Sphinx pose from here. As you come onto your elbows, position them correctly under your shoulders, palms down. Stay here or take that forearm blank again as you lift your hips. As you hug your belly back, as you narrow your waistline. And then stay with both feet down or challenge yourself and lift the right leg up. Reach it back. And then put that right leg down before you lift the left leg up. Reach it back, heart forward, belly active. And then bring both legs down, knees down. And one more time, lower yourself down onto the belly. Release the hands, interlock them behind your back. Come to Shalabhasana. Have an option here to lift the feet off the mat as well, your legs off the mat as well, fanning your toes out. Think about length of the spine rather than so much the height. As you lower the legs, bring the hands under the shoulders, come into a cobra on the inhale, shift back to downward facing dog on the exhale. Connect your palms down into the ground, push them slightly forward, hug your arm bones into their sockets, connect the navel back towards the spine. And then through the other side, the right leg lifts and comes forward between your hands. And you place your left hand under your shoulder, coming into the twist on the left hand side, so you draw the right hand up. And feel both legs strongly grounding down, the right leg a little bit towards the right, and then with the movement, right hand forward and then back towards the back heel. So inhale, lifts the hips slightly, bows your rib cage, and exhale, circles the right hand towards the back of the mat. So inhale, arm forward above your ear, and then exhale, circle it towards the back. Go once more, inhaling. And then bring the hands, walk towards your left leg. I'm going to pivot around so that I'll be facing you in a more decent way. And you're going to bring your left hand under your shoulder, your right hand onto your lower back, and you start to open your chest, open your hand up towards the ceiling, reaching the fingertips up. And then coming into that movement where the right hand reaches forward, and as you exhale, you twist back up. Inhale, reach forward, feeling the side body. As you exhale, twisting upwards. Inhale, forward. Lengthen the side body. Exhale, there's a little bit more twist. One more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, twist. Stay. And then lower. Walk your fingertips in line with the big toes and then choose to stay here or take another locking of the fingers behind your back as you stretch out your shoulders. Lower your hands, walk them under your shoulders, come back around your right foot, step back to plank pose. Again, we stay in plank for a few breaths. You can drop the knees and lower yourself halfway down. As you exhale, push back up. Exhale, halfway down, shoulders only at the height of the elbows. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. And then come all the way down onto the mat. Lift yourself to the familiar Sphinx pose again. Elbows, shoulders in line, palms pressing down. Again, your option is to stay in Sphinx, or let yourself come to a forearm plank. And from here, start to walk your feet towards the top of the mat. You can have them maybe even a little bit wider than your hips. Soften your neck. And then actively, as you push the forearms down, move your shoulders towards the back of the mat. Lift them up away from the ears. Your knees can be bent, so it's about your shoulders creating opening and you strengthening the upper body here. Walk yourself back to forearm plank. And then lower your belly down, your hips down. Untuck the toes. Let your face come down for a moment. Soften. Release. And then stretch the shoulders out by interlocking the hands behind your back, lifting into Shalabhasana one more time. Back of the neck long. As you lower, hands down, lift to downward facing dog on the exhaling breath. And then from downward facing dog, left leg, step it between the hands. One more time, having the right hand come under your shoulder. Opening up into the twist where we were before with the left hand up. You can stay here. Snuggle yourself into a half plank by sliding that left foot halfway down towards the mat and pointing the toes out. Or you come to full Vasisthasana plank pose, placing your left leg right on top of the right. Take any version from here so you can reach again. You can feel into the side body by reaching the left hand forward, maybe lifting the left leg up. So any variation. And then come and roll to plank pose as you exhale. Drop your knees or keep them up as you come halfway down. And then lowering yourself all the way down. So the knees can be dropped there. Come into Shalabhasana again, interlocking the fingers for deeper stretch or keeping them just the sides of the body if that feels better for the shoulders. Hands under your shoulders, toes tuck, lift the knees, lift the hips, lift the body to plank pose and then back to downward facing dog. Alright, same thing, we go for the other side, so the right leg lifts. The right leg steps between the hands and then you carefully align with the left hand under your shoulder, even slightly forward for Vasisthasana. Bring your right hand up and then do the same you did on the other side. Roll to the little toe side of your left foot, step the right leg halfway or step the right leg on top of the left leg. You can reach the top hand forward and bow your body a little bit. The top leg can lift as well. on your exhale, roll over to plank. Take a breath in. Lower again, either knees down or up, halfway. Pause. And then all the way down. Let yourself come to Sphinx pose again. So your elbows under shoulders, palms pressing down, and again make it dynamic. Stay here or come to, yes you know it, forearm plank. Walk your feet forward like we did before, dolphin pose. Stay here or reach your right leg up. So shoulders away from the ear, shoulders towards the back of the mat, neck is loose. Release the right leg, lift the left leg up. Again, if you're collapsing here through the shoulders, then just keep the legs down and practice that version, or practice forearm plank for now. Walk it back. Come through forearm plank onto your belly. And then again, take a little moment of softening and shimming the shoulders, shimming the hips. And then through either cobra or lift knees, lift hips, lift belly, lift up to plank, lift back to downward facing dog. Ground down through the hands. Left leg back and up, inhale. Left leg to the chest and then softly to the top of the mat. Ground your right leg down and let yourself find an alignment in Warrior 2. And bringing your hands to eagle arms with your left arm under, right hand is the top hand. Press the palms together and away from the face. Shoulder blades down along the back. Deepen that bend in the front knee as you release the hands wide. Interlock them behind your back again. Push them away. And then keeping your knee, that's important, exactly where it is, that front knee, left knee. Bow your head forward inside the left knee, hands away from the lower back. Release your hands, walk them down. Keep your legs exactly as they are, knee exactly where it is. Walk your fingertips away from yourself. You're on the tips of the fingers, so you're deep in that left hip. Pivot back to the center, so you're back in Baddha-Ttanasana. Let yourself rise on the inhale, exhale, and then let's go to the other side. So the right knee bends, you widen your arms, and then on this side it's the right hand that goes under to eagle arms. Check your front knee, it stays on top of the ankle at all times, back foot grounds, and then come and focus a little bit more on the upper body while you're still sinking your hips down. You're still breathing down into the hips. Release arms wide, cactus arms, and then interlock the fingers behind your back. Again, as you bow forward for a moment, the hands stay interlocked, your knee stays on top of the ankle. And then you come to release the hands, the lock. Your body stays as it is, you walk your hands forward and away from yourself. Really important to keep that front knee where it is. Don't let it buckle in. It wants to do that. Keep it out. Breathe into the right hip from here. And then circle it back towards the center. Walk your hands, now both hands away, as if you're in a wide-handed, wide-legged downward facing dog. Make sure your hips stay in line with your heels, so don't lean too far forward. And then keep your left hand where it is. Thread your right hand underneath. See again if you can grab the outside of your left ankle and twist underneath that left arm. Take a breath. Feel your hips square. And then release, go to the other side. So right hand stays. Left hand threads underneath and grabs the outside of the right ankle. As you start to bend into that left elbow, feel the shoulder blades moving away from each other at the back as you twist underneath your left arm. Right arm, sorry. Release the hands. Walk them under your shoulders. Come back around the front foot, the left foot. And now start to bring some weight onto that left leg, and you're going to shuffle and shift that right knee to the outside of your left heel. So let me turn around, you can see better. You're preparing for Ardha Matsyendrasana twist, and you have your left knee on top. And then you're twisting over towards the left. So left hand behind you, right elbow to the outside of the left knee, circling the left shoulder behind, left sitting bone down onto the mat. Take a breath, elongate the spine. And then as you come out, snuggle yourself into Gomukhasana. So you have the left knee still on top. As you take Garudasana, eagle arms, you have the left hand under. You can bow forward slightly so that you feel the shoulder blades again at the back moving away from each other. As you come up, release the hands, bring the hands behind you, release the legs, and now you go to the other side. So your right knee is on top and you twist over towards the right with the right hand behind you and the left elbow outside the right knee. Again, take a moment, elongate the spine as you inhale. And as you face forward, exhaling, coming out, snuggling the top leg so you have the right knee on top of the left knee in your Gomukhasana legs, and this time it's the right hand that goes under. Left hand is on top, palms are together. Stay upright, or come and let yourself bow a little bit forward with the elbows coming close to your belly button and the palms of the hands moving away from the face. Just see if that feels good for the shoulder blades at the back. As you release, let yourself come out and come to boat pose Navasana. So your version, you can hold the back of the thighs, keep the knees bent, or have your legs be straight. You can cross your ankles, roll over to downward facing dog, or if there's any knee issues, just swing your legs over to one side and then come and walk yourself to downward facing dog. Again, ground down, create stability in your shoulder joint by drawing the arm bones into their sockets. And then come step forward towards the top of the mat in forward bend. Lift halfway up, activating legs and belly. And then as you exhale, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. And then into a squat, so feet wider. You can have your toes pointing forward or slightly outwards. Take your hands in front of your chest. Activate by pushing the knees against the arms and arms back against the knees. If you wish, another twist with the left hand reaching up and behind you. Stay here, or see if you can bind here with the right hand, circling around your right knee and clasping the left fingertips behind your back. Again, just focusing on the shoulders a bit, but you will feel this in the hips as well. And then back to the center, do the same for the other side. So stay at the center, rotate the right arm up, stay here, or left reaches around the left knee and grabbing the right fingers or wrist at the back for a binded version of this. And then as you release, you have an option to just chill in Baddha Konasana, feet together, interlocking the fingers in front of your toes, and you're going to be staying here for quite a while, so you can stay here for maybe 10 breaths. Or if you choose to do some inverted poses with me, then start to bring your mat against the wall, short end of the mat. So if you need to pause the video for a moment until you're ready. When you are at the wall, I want you to measure the length of your legs. So you sit with your back against the wall, you straighten your legs out and you put something where your heels are so that you will know where to place your hands. So this is a preparation for a handstand. So maybe you watch first and then you do it. So you come to downward facing dog. So my hands are where the marker is, heels are up against the wall. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bend one knee. I'm going to chip my knees together and then place my toes onto the wall. And I keep the toes where they are. So I'm not really walking up. I'm stepping up to that very place where my toes were. So now my heels and hips are more or less in one line. You want to press all your fingers down. You want to hug your lower ribs into your body. You want to tighten your thighs. Let your head go. Shoulder blades still kind of moving up away from the ears, so there's stability in the shoulder joint. Pressing the heels against the wall, and belly is really active. And then when you are done, you're going to take a short break in child's pose. So maybe you pause, rewind, and then do it on your own. And so for the next inversion, when we kick up to the handstand, you can, if you don't feel ready for that, then keep practicing what you just did, stepping up against the wall in a preparation version. Or you roll yourself up. And this time you're facing the wall, having your hands about one hand stance away. So there's a little space between you and the wall. You have your hands wide, fingers wide. And now you step one foot under your belly button, and maybe you initially just gonna kick and hop a few times. So I'm gonna keep the other leg completely straight. So the bouncy leg is under my belly button, the kicking leg stays straight. And maybe you just try to kind of kick a few times, activating the core. Pushing up. You want to have your shoulders on top of your wrists, so don't have the shoulders too far away from the wrists. And then at one stage you might reach and kick against the wall and come to a pause there. Again, bouncing off the ground by pushing down and feel the lift happening, hugging the tailbone in, drawing the lower ribs in, and really active with your legs. So that's the main thing here, active legs, lifting up. And whenever you're ready, again, you come down and you take a little pause in child's pose before you move on. So letting the heart rate settle, the blood pressure, so you don't overwhelm your systems. And then we'll finish with a few forward folds. So have your legs come forward and then bend into your left knee and come to Janushirasana. So your left sole of the left foot comes against your right thigh. Keep the right leg active, lengthen through the spine, and then start to come forward into a forward fold, lengthening up and out through the lower back. If there's more flexibility, you can use different arm versions, holding your right wrist, or just keeping the hands on either side of your right leg. And then as you walk up, help that left knee up. Have, again, about one fist distance between your foot and the leg. Reach forward with the left hand. So forward, forward, forward. Then turn the thumb down towards the mat and start to thread the left hand behind you, taking the right hand behind you as well and seeing if you can catch your fingers or your wrists behind you. If this is not happening, you might need a belt there or something that joins your hands together. And then you come and reach forward, keeping the right leg active so the toes are pointing up. Your shoulders more or less square to the ground as you come forward. So forward fold and another shoulder stretch for you. As you release, we'll do the opposite. So your left leg stays, your right knee comes in, and then you fold it out to the side for Janushirasana. As you come forward, make sure the spine is nice and long and tall. Any hand versions for the more flexible people, feel free. But keep the integrity of the pose, so you tilting forward from pelvis. If that's not happening, there's something under your seat. Lift and lengthen through the spine. And then as you slowly walk up, help the right knee up. Position the right foot down as if you're standing on it, but position it slightly away, a fist distance away from your left leg. Crawl yourself inside your right knee. Keep crawling forward, forward, forward. Turn your thumb down and then rotate the hand behind you, and then see if the left hand can meet. If you can grab your wrist behind you. Again, if not, use an extension for the hands. Draw those left toes up, activate the left leg, and then start to square the left shoulder down towards the mat as well. And there's still a little forward fold from here, for some people more, for some people less. Keep hugging that right knee close to you, so don't let that fall out to the side. And then as you release, as you come up, coming to forward fold over both legs, so Paschimottanasana, both legs straight. You can reach up through the hands so you feel your spine long before you start to come forward. And again, the main integrity here is to have that lengthening in the lower back especially. You can use a strap here or a towel, or your hands can be just on either side on the ground, so don't be so insistent on needing to hold the feet. Roll the little toe slightly more towards you, push the balls of the feet away from you. Hug the belly back a little bit, but then soften the shoulders and your jaw. Take a nice exhale that softens the skin of the body, that softens your face. And then as you walk up, pause for a moment at the top. Feel your spine, feel the effect of the pose. And then counterposing a forward fold. You can have the soles of the feet step down onto the mat, or you can keep your legs straight. As you walk the hands behind you with fingers forward, you lift the hips. So remember, your knees can be bent here. So the front body lengthens. Be safe with your head so you can drop it back or keep the chin to your chest. And then as you exhale, let yourself come down, lying on your back. Almost done here. Just final twist. Bring one knee to your chest, roll it over to one side. Doesn't matter which, we do both sides. Same hand lengthens out. Feel your back. And then as you come back to the center, adjust and take a same twist over to the other side. Knee and hand. Knee and shoulder moving the opposite directions. All right, as you come back to the center, you are done. If you have time, please stay and take some time in the final relaxation pose of Shavasana. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.